And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Roncalli Royal Soccer here on the Roncalli Media Network and the IHSAA Champions Network. So happy you're with us tonight. Rob Brown and Sam Brown with you on the south side of Indianapolis. And this evening on a Tuesday night, we have Circle City Conference girls soccer action for you as the 5-3-2 Roncalli Royals take on the 4-6-2 Brebeuf Jesuit Braves as we start to wind it down. Marion County tournament is less than 2 weeks away, and then the sectional taking place in the first week of October. As we bring Sam Brown into the conversation, Sam, this is the first of two matchups between these two clubs, as I believe they will match up in the first round of the Marion County tournament next week. But for Roncalli, it's as much about getting some momentum back as Roncalli winning its last time out 4-0 over Covenant Christian here on Saturday. Prior to that win, though, Roncalli had gone 5 straight games without a winning result, 3 losses and 2 ties. Granted, it was against some stiff competition, but good for Lacey Hirschman's team to get back in the win column.
Yeah, you know, with postseason play right around the corner, now is a better time than ever to start building up some momentum. So, and especially against an opponent that you're going to see later in the postseason. So, I think now would be a great time for the Royals to set the tone.
Well, Brebeuf comes in going up to Fort Wayne, having split 2 contests on Saturday. I say split. They got a draw out of a match with Fort Wayne Carroll and then lost 1-0 to Crown Point. This Brebeuf team dealing with a fair amount of injuries, certainly more than most teams are able to accommodate, but probably indicative of the respect that the state coaches have for this Brebeuf program. Despite having a losing record, Brebeuf still in the top 10 in the state in Class 2A, ranked number 6.
That's pretty impressive, not going to lie. That's to have your team depleted but still be considered one of the powerhouses in the state. That's just a testament to how good their program is.
They're in a difficult sectional with Bishop Chatard, who's ranked 3rd in the latest poll, and Bishop Chatard in the driver's seat with the win tonight against Covenant Christian. Bishop Chatard can win the Circle City Conference Girls Championship. So that in the offing here across town, but we've got our attention focused on this matchup between Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit. Brebeuf Jesuit won that matchup last year up on the north side 1-0, and tonight a little extra special for Roncalli. It's the final regular season home game of the 2021 season. Just 5 home games on the calendar for this Roncalli Royals team. So they were in short supply to begin with. Tonight's the 5th and final one, and they hope to walk out of here with the win, but they've got a very difficult team to navigate. Senior night, so all the seniors will start. That's 6 seniors total for Roncalli, 7 seniors, total for Roncalli in the starting lineup tonight. Certainly Catherine Madriz is a player to keep an eye on, Sam. She's got 5 goals, 2nd on the team, had a goal and an assist on Saturday against Covenant Christian. What are the things you keeping your eye on for tonight?
I would say, as I would at the beginning of any contest, really the importance in the first 10 minutes of the game in setting your intensity, setting your aggression early on, and then capitalizing on that aggression. I think that's going to be key for the Royals tonight.
Well, and we have to make one correction. I did mention these two teams playing the Marion County tournament. Roncalli plays Perry Meridian, so I stand corrected on that front. Another thing that we're keeping our eye on is the weather. Looking out at the radar, there is a system kind of out to the northwest. The sky is more than a little bit dark.
Yeah.
Off to the north and west. There's a storm system that's moving southeast of us that will pass us by, but keeping an eye on a line of showers that's kind of running on a 45-degree angle across the state of Indiana. We'll see if we can get this one in tonight. We'll certainly keep you posted as we go. It is very warm for a mid-September weeknight. Temperatures in the low 80s, very windy. Wind coming out of the southwest, unfortunately, into our press box. We have everything taped down just so things don't
seems that every time
drift out of here.
It seems that every time I get invited over here to do a game, I have all my papers blowing past me about every 15 seconds.
Well, that's never a good thing. But So we'll keep an eye on, again, on the weather. Earlier tonight, just prior to us coming on air, Roncalli winning the JV matchup between these two programs by the score of 2-0. Goals from Holly Kuzmic, the junior, and the sophomore Cameron Clark for Roncalli proved to be the difference.
This time, let's meet head coach Angela Berry White and the Brebeuf Lady Braves.
So Brebeuf starters look like this. Goalkeeper is Lily Blackman, a freshman. And then the 10 outfield players, Aaron Terry, a senior. Caroline Burns, another senior, both of them playing on the back line. Olivia Mulhern, a junior. Emma Urick, another junior, playing in the midfield. Ella Sheemish, a sophomore. Rowan Pearl, a sophomore defender. Josie Studley, their leading scorer with 6 goals. She's a sophomore, plays up front. Tori Fredlin, senior midfielder. Leah Berg, she's a freshman in the midfield. And Kaylee Singleton, or make that Elise Barth, excuse me, freshman, plays on the back line. Angela Berry White, the head coach. She led Brebeuf to a state championship, Class 2A in 2015, and then a repeat appearance in the state final back in 2016. For Roncalli, in the goal, the senior Emma Agresta. The 10 outfield players, Micah Waugh, the junior. Sydney Horton, the junior defender. Kate Lehner, the senior up front. Catherine Madriz, we mentioned her as a player to watch tonight. She's a senior up front on the wing. Arissa Vaughn, senior midfielder, one of the 7 senior tonight. Erin Riley, the sophomore. She'll start in the midfield. Abby Shield anchoring down that central defense. She's a senior. Ainsley Newitt, another senior defender in the lineup tonight. Summer Fischel, leading scorer on this team. She's a freshman with 6 goals. And then Sophia Saran, the final senior starter. And Lacey Hirschman, the head coach. In her first year at Roncalli as a head coach, 5-3-2 her record, 47, 44, and 5 her career record as a head coach. That includes 5 seasons as a varsity head coach at 1A Marquette Catholic up in northern Indiana. We'll step out for the prayer and the national anthem. Come back. We'll have the kick coming up next between Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit coming up next on the Roncalli Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. I think I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag, on two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Do y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary, ER, or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back Just about set to start this one. Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit. Girls soccer action here at Roncalli on the south side of Indianapolis. Thank you for spending part of your Tuesday night with us. Alongside Sam Brown, I'm Rob Brown. Great crew with us tonight. Lucas Griffin is our director. Aiden Griffiths and Lucas Mathias on the cameras. Elliot Borders handling our graphics tonight. Stefan Welsh, our producer. Justin Brown, our coordinating producer. Roncalli in the familiar home all royal blue kits, red numerals on the front and back, white three-stripe Adidas on the shoulders and the hips. Our man Jamie Dye would approve. Brebeuf in the all-white kits, the very easy to read large maroon numbers on the back. We appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
Roncalli moving right to left toward the east goal. Right to left across your screen. Brebeuf, though, has the ball first. Waiting for the official to signal play is in. We'll keep our eye on the skies, as we mentioned. Hoping we can get this one in without any kind of delay. We're set to go. Ball dropped back to Pearl. Now held in by Caroline Burns. High line early for Brebeuf Jesuit. Saran dumps down to Madriz on the near side. She looked for Lehner. Lehner cut one way, the ball went the other. Ball won back and held in by Riley. Now Lehner with some speed. Lost the handle in the double team. Dislodged off the ball by Pearl, number 16, with the pink cleats, easy to spot. Central defender Barth, number 23, chops it ahead and out of play. Have subs waiting already to come into the contest.
That was quick.
So Lehner comes out, as does Saran. And coming on is Nora Jordan, number 4, and Fee Kelly, sophomore. Jordan will go up front, Kelly in the midfield. Throw down the line, looking for Vaughn. Instead, it's cleared out of there by Brebeuf Jesuit. Wall battle for the ball, knocked free. Braves trying to get a push up the line, and Horton knocks it out off of the wing player, that's Sheemish, number 15. Drop back and collected by Terry, senior central defender, that's number 2. And the freshman, Barth, scuffs it out of play. Roncalli with a quick throw. Riley up the line, looking down the line for Vaughn, and she can't control it. Off her hip out of play, back to the Braves. Ball kids getting an early workout on the near side. Out of play off of Madriz. Quick throw, long throw down the line that Horton heads back up into the midfield. And it's headed out of play by Brebeuf. Well, we learned on Friday night here in the home football game, the win 45-12 by Roncalli over Columbus North. As you know, you may be able to notice on your screen, the track is asphalt right now. They did not finish the resurface project. They got halfway through it this summer. Did not able to get the rubber surface down and the line surface as it goes off the byline for a goal kick. That project is expected to be completed next spring before track season, but what is left behind then is an asphalt surface that, as we found out, and Johnny Rader, the Roncalli linebacker, specifically found out on Friday, it is very difficult to stop when you're running full speed and your cleats hit that asphalt.
Oh, yeah.
They had to spatula Rader off the fence in front of the student section on Friday night.
Any momentum that you carry onto the asphalt, you're taking with you right to the fence.
Jordan with a nice cross in front, and it's dug out by the defense. Good ball by Jordan in front of the 6-yard box, and it was left up to Caroline Burns, number 3, the senior defender.
You know, I don't think she intended that to be a shot, but had that not been cleared, I think it would have gone in.
Well, I think she was just trying to throw it in front and hope a teammate was there, but it ended up coming much closer to the frame, I think, than anybody anticipated. Horton, the designated long throw specialist, comes up from her back line, puts one into the 18, but it's headed right back out, held in and kept in there by Fischel. Fischel with some nice footwork to keep possession and dumps it back to Wall, and Roncalli regroups out of the back line to Newitt. Chips it ahead. Look for Vaughn. And the ball headed near side. Nice cutback move by Jordan. She's got a little space to the end line. Tried to cross it, deflected. Still working with it. And a nice job by the defense to push it out and push it off the far touch line, giving Roncalli a throw instead of a corner. That was some pretty skillful defending there by Aaron Riley, number 2 on your screen. You always want to get the throw versus the corner if you're the defender in that situation.
Yes. 10 times out of 10.
Shield, the captain for Roncalli, tries to hold it in and can. It's blasted out of bounds along the far side by Studley. Although our AR across the far side determining that ball ricocheted off of Shield, so it's Brebeuf throw. I didn't see that, but admittedly, I'm a long way away.
Yeah. We're a little bit of a ways away from the play to make the call.
Yeah, I'm going to defer on that one.
Although that's never stopped referees before.
No, and that's never stopped us either.
Nope.
Midfield battle for possession, and it's cleared ahead. Roncalli trying to hold it in the offensive third. Nice move there by Pearl to get free and feed it ahead to midfield to a teammate. That's Studley. Roncalli tried to shoulder off the ball, and she reverses field to Burns. And nice job cutting in front of that play by Riley, but she was unable to hold it in. And a throw goes to the Braves. 5 minutes into a scoreless contest here at Roncalli. Final regular season home game for the Royals. Braves will be back in action at home on Saturday afternoon against Westfield. And the ball off the near side and stays with Brebeuf. That's another thing about, we talked, Sam, about this, the respect for this Brebeuf program because they have such tradition and history of success.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a losing record but still be state ranked. They're 2A, which is the second of the 3 classes, but they play as difficult a schedule as any. As the ball put on the frame, not a lot on it there by Studley, and Agresta is able to haul it in. They play as difficult a schedule as any 3A school in Central Indiana. They have no issue playing schools with enrollments 5, 6, 7 times their size. Ball battled for and won by Roncalli. Nice 1-2 to Madriz. Tried to thread it through to Vaughn, but an even better job of defending that time by Pearl to turn it away. All held in, and Sydney Horton wisely called for handball. She saw it immediately, looked at our referee for the indication, and he concurred. Sheemish called for the handball, and Shield takes the free kick. Good leg on that one, but nice job by Terry to step up and jab it back out toward midfield. Horton holds it in. Roncalli playing that high line that they like to play with that back 4. It's one back by the Braves. That's Urich. Sub-waiting and now entering the contest. That's the freshman, Matt Kruer. Matt coming on. 4 goals and 3 assists. She tied for the team lead in assists and 3rd in goals. As ESPN soccer announcer Ian Darkwood said, Sam, when you and I did that Columbus East game a couple Saturdays ago, Matt Kruer had an absolute cracker.
Yes, she did.
That was the lone goal of the contest.
She absolutely did. It is also what the English would refer to as a screamer.
Yes. Throw in for the Royals. Trying to find Kruer. And Kruer with the deflection. Almost got a hand on that ball. And now it's lobbed ahead. Studley giving chase with Newitt. And Newitt with a nice job to steer it out to the sideline and wait for reinforcements. Defenders are taught that at an early age.
Yes. Yes. The one thing you don't do as a defender is pass the ball back across the middle. You always go out.
Newitt did a good job that time, and she pokes it ahead to Kruer. Tried the 1-2, and now running loose up the middle of the field. That's Fischel trying to get free. But a nice job by Brebeuf on the defense. But V. Kelly steps up and regains control. Fischel had it, lost it. Back to the Brebeuf back line, trying to settle. Ball played through, and Horton clears it into the stands. It's a great catch by the ball kid there on the ricochet. Ball ricocheted off the bleacher and back onto the track, and ball kid down below made a nice play on it. 10 minutes into this one, and we're scoreless. Sheemish was unable to hold it in on the near touchline. So throw in for the Royals. Up the side, Riley. And
I don't think that ever even went in bounds.
I'm not sure that ever came in play, and if it did not come in play or touch in play, I guess it did because they ruled it back up the line. On that throw, and if it never lands in play, it comes back to the spot where it was initially put in on the throw, but Riley's throw did hit in play before the English took it out of play. Controlled by Kelly for Roncalli. Now Royals getting organized. Shield out of the back. Plays it forward. Looking for a ball through. And too heavy a touch that time by Jordan. But it's a Roncalli throw. Another Roncalli sub. Coming back in, that looks to be Saran returning. It is. And Kelly has a seat. Neither team is yet to really threaten. Brebeuf did have one shot on goal, but Agresta easily was able to gather it in. Kruer in the box trying to collect it. Too many white shirts behind the ball that time, and they safely play it out to midfield. Here's Sheemish. Gets it back on the deflection. Working her way up the far side. Newitt steers her toward the sideline. And it's a Roncalli throw. Nice defending by Newitt on the far side. Ball won by Kruer. She's got Madriz on the far side. Kruer keeps her feet, keeps possession, feeds Madriz. Madriz cuts back, has it on her left foot, puts it on the frame, and it spins wide. Oh, that's the best chance of the night thus far for Roncalli.
And, you know, even for the world's best, that angle of going for the far post with your left foot, it's a very tight angle for you to actually convert on.
It's next to impossible to not put the side spin on it.
Yeah, have it spin away.
It's going to spin it away from the frame. Yep, and that's what Madriz. But a great move to get free.
Yes.
The defender was heavily overplaying her right foot.
She did a great job of creating the space, but she kind of set herself up for failure with trying to take it with the left foot at that angle.
Tough shot. First shot of the night for Roncalli. Each team with a shot apiece in this first 13 minutes. Brebeuf trying to hold it in, apply a little pressure. And we've got our first foul whistled on Roncalli. That goes to Micah Waugh. So a free kick, about 33 yards out. Well on the angle. 2-3 wall for Roncalli. It's floated in and headed right back out by Kruer, tallest player on the pitch. Kruer, and she used her size there to get it out of danger. Played up into the Brebeuf half. Roncalli trying to hold it in. We can hear Roncalli head coach Lacey Hersman all the way across yelling to get up, get up. She wants her defense to keep the ball in that half of the pitch for a while and apply a little pressure. Here comes Kruer. Don't have the number. She tried to feed it through to Jordan. and the ball just missed. And now his Roncalli's defense stepping way up. Waugh tried to win it, and it deflects to the far side. First to it is Studley.
Great move.
Studley gets by, knew it on a nice move. Shield giving chase, coming out of her central defensive spot.
She did the
Studley
same move
cut
again.
across, and Horton
She almost pulled it on 2 people in the same run.
plays it out. And the deflection off of Studley will be a goal kick for Roncalli. Roncalli needed 3 of its 4 backline defenders to keep Studley out of the out of getting his shot
and
off.
She knocked the ball around the right side and then herself ran around their left side twice in the same, and she almost beat both defenders with the same move.
New player in for Roncalli. We'll see if we can get a number for you. At I believe it's Lauren Kill on the far side, number 35. Yep, it is indeed. In the red cleats in the back line, kind of trailing the ball there. That's Jordan, rather, dislodged on a nice defensive play. Studley in the middle of the pitch, working against Fischel. Now Waugh gives chase. Nice defensive play was made by Fredland to dislodge Jordan off the ball. Brebeuf throw. Into Sheemish, gets it right back. Sheemish trying to put it in front, and it's deflected off of Shield for the first corner of the night. It'll be Brebeuf taking the corner. Looks like number 23, Elise Barth, coming up from the back line to take this corner. Barth, the freshman, setting up for a right foot in swinger. See if she can get any air underneath this one, put on the back post. Good ball floating into the top of the 6-yard box. It's headed straight up, still loose, and it's not cleared out yet and finally cleared out, but held in by the Brebeuf back line that was lurking out near midfield. Shield playing up and then plays it back, and the artificial turf will take that all the way back to the goalkeeper. Held in, though. Saran tries to hold it in. And it's one out of there by Leah Berg, number 20, playing with that left quad wrapped. That's Kill fighting on the far side with the ball with Mulhern, and Mulhern wins that tangle for the throw. And we've got a push-off foul on Studley for Brebeuf, bringing that advance to a halt and taking the free kick the other way for the Royals. Good crowd down below us. Student section. Very engaged on senior night, as you would expect. Shield plays it ahead on the free kick. Headed back to midfield by the Braves, clad in the all-white, Roncalli in the all-blue. Shield and Studley. Second defender, Kill, comes up to jam it loose, but it's held in by the Braves. And Jordan plays it up to Kruer, drops it back to Fischel. Fischel has room on the far side. Ball's deflected. Riley tangling with Studley. And knocked out of play right at midfield. Last touch, they say, by the Braves. Most of this game so far, Sam, has been played in the middle third. Not a lot of action at either end. Although Roncalli trying to get a push here. Here comes Fischel. Trying to get it on the right foot. It's deflected. That took a lot of the steam off of it, and that's enough for the goalkeeper Blackman to fall on it. Just wasn't quite enough space there for Fischel to load one up.
Yeah, I think she had a good amount of momentum on the ball if she had taken it with her left foot, but I think she took a lot of that momentum away when she tried to switch back to her right.
Ball played through, but Agresta's off her line to get there well in advance of Urich. And Agresta punts it out away toward midfield, nearing the halfway mark of this scoreless first half. And the defender was giving chase there and was tripped up. That's Madison Hamilton, number 38. We had her as 40 in our program, but she's 38. And that's Hamilton was tripped up. Earning Roncalli the free kick. Kruer tangled with Berg, and Berg wins that one. Riley shouldered off the ball by Studley, wins it back. Out near midfield, Saran. Plays it over to Fischel. She finds Jordan up the far side. Too heavy a touch, though, and the turf takes it out. Boy, you just got to be so tight with your control of the ball on this AstroTurf, this artificial surface, because the ball will, at the slightest touch, the ball will take off on you.
Yeah, if you're not careful, you know, the ball is going to act a lot differently on turf than it does on natural grass, and if you're not used to playing on turf, that can work to your disadvantage.
Brebeuf does play on a grass field on its home pitch. Kruer tried to find her on the hit ahead, but it rolls off the end line. A little too much lead. That's just what we just talked about. You don't have to put too much on that
for it to keep
pass
going.
ahead, that through ball. Well, as you see on the crawl on your screen, our next broadcast will be an audio-only broadcast as the football team ranked number 1 in the state, 4-0. Top team in Class 4A, winners of 16 straight. 4th longest winning streak in program history. They'll be on the north side taking on Guerin Catholic. 6:30 our pregame show. 7 o'clock the kick on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com and CBS Sports 14:30 a.m. for those of you in Central Indiana.
Fantastic ball.
Ball ahead to a new player in. That's the first sub of the game in for Brebeuf. That's number 10, Madison Shields, who won that throw in there for the Braves. Shields with a couple goals this season. Both of them, actually 3 goals. She had a brace against Covenant Christian. That would be 2 goals in a game. A brace for the soccer uninitiated. Hat trick is 3 goals.
Oof. I thought that was going to go in for a second.
That ball was chipped off over the end line. Agresta ushered that one to the past the far post. Not much of a threat there. Like Arissa Vaughn checking back in, replacing Catherine Madriz. Goal kick for the Royals. 18 minutes to go, first half. Agresta sends it out toward midfield. Ball hit ahead. Foot race. Horton is there, and she plays it out with the left foot. You see Sydney with that heavy wrap on her right quad. She's a go tonight, though, as you would expect from a gamer like Sydney Horton. Roncalli wins it off the throw, now looking for numbers. Vaughn up the side, cuts inside, and it's won back by Studley. Ball played ahead, but played out. And the Royals get a throw back. Another sub waiting to come in. Lacey Hirschman subbing early and often here in this first half. Expect that on a senior night. Kind of changing. That's a typical senior night. See that in a lot of sports. In the sports that have the substitution, stop-start sports. You see a little bit of a different rotation on senior night. And it's poked out of bounds by Waugh. So the Braves get a throw here at midfield. Just over 16 minutes left of a scoreless first half. Rob Brown and Sam Brown with you. Horton keeps it in, finds Vaughn. Vaughn tries to get past the defender. Now it's jabbed ahead. Kruer has control in the midfield, looking for some blue shirts to run with her. Sends it over to Jordan. Good ball over to Fischel, right back to Jordan up the far side. Jordan maneuvering. Tried to bend it around the defender to Kruer. And Kruer in the middle of the pitch to Fischel. Fischel with the step over, trying to get loose, get a shot on with the left foot, chips it toward the frame, and it's knocked down just wide of the left post. That would have sailed wide, but Blackman not taking any chances. That one looked a little wide, right? That would have gone maybe a foot or two wide.
Not by much.
Close enough that you have to go for it if you're the
Yeah.
keeper. Can't risk it getting caught flat-footed and watching that one roll in. Horton plays it out, takes the safe route, and a Brebeuf sub ready to come in. Madriz is back in for Roncalli, replacing Jordan. And now the Brebeuf Jesuit sub will come on as well. Get you a number here on that one momentarily. Sheemish, number 15, comes off.
I think she just tried to Kobe Bryant, her coach.
What do you mean?
When she saw the sub was for her, she initially waved it back.
Oh, wow. You think?
That's what I was seeing on the camera.
Emma Hamilton, number 24, is into the game. She has the ball. Knocked free. Ball is skied into the 6-yard box, and Agresta is there to bring it in. Pearl just lobbed one in there to see if she could get a teammate underneath it. And Agresta pounds one out on the punt out near midfield, takes a high hop on the turf, and Kruer heads it away. Roncalli trying to hold it in. Pressure applied by Fee Kelly. And the ball moved out toward midfield. Shields shouldering with Hamilton. Newitt joins the fray. And we've got a collision and a handball called on Kaylee Singleton, number 21, who's into the contest for Brebeuf Jesuit. I would say thus far, Sam, how would you characterize the first 26 minutes and change of this matchup?
I would say in terms purely of chances, it's very even. But the Royals are getting absolutely outclassed when it comes to playing aggressively and deliberately. When it comes to getting muscled off the ball, the Royals are getting muscled off the ball far more often than they're doing it to the Braves. And it seems almost that Roncalli is they're almost playing frantically. Like they're trying to evade the constant pressure they're getting by the Braves, and they might not be thinking as clearly about where they're placing the ball as they normally would.
Controlled by Vaughn. I'd say this almost seems like nice head by Vaughn, but can't keep it in. It almost seems like both clubs, to some extent, it's like the early portions of a heavyweight fight that just kind of nobody wants to really take any significant risks yet. You're just kind of feeling things out, making safe, consistent plays. But given the tenor of this game thus far, there's really no need for either team to press. And the deeper we go in this game, the more the first goal is going to be huge in terms of the tenor the rest of the way. Here's Vaughn with the possession deep in the Brebeuf end. We'll see if she can make something out of it. Looks for a cutter. Finds Fischel on the one-timer, and she sailed it over the crossbar. That was a good opportunity. Fischel's third shot of the game. That one soared over the crossbar. But a good one-timer.
Yeah, that was a good look.
Barth taking the goal kick. Roncalli trying to keep the pressure up here. And Wall controls. Played through. Fischel had it for a moment. And now it's loose and poked off the inline. They say Fischel touched it last. And it's a goal kick. A little indecision there by the Brebeuf back line in the.
That was a dangerous lack of communication there.
Between the keeper, Blackman, and her back line.
Well, Blackman couldn't charge it because one of her defenders touched it last, so she couldn't pick it up.
Right, good point. Good point. Yep, that's a rule.
By the defenders letting that ball roll through, she can't pick it up.
Horton unable to keep it in. Despite that, though, and your comment from a minute ago, Sam, I think Roncalli's done a better job of holding sustained possession over the last couple of minutes. Shield controls and then plays it out. Nearing 10 minutes to go here in the first half, a scoreless first half. On the south side, Roncalli High School, south side of Indianapolis. Circle City Conference girls soccer action, Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit. And if you like insightful soccer commentary, we'll have more for you next Tuesday night. Got the girls' senior night tonight, boys' senior night next Tuesday night as Roncalli takes on Cathedral. We saw Sam in the starting lineup tonight, all 7 of Roncalli's girls' soccer seniors. I believe Maurice Shilton has 14.
Well, then he's not going to be able to put all of them on the field at the same time.
I don't know how that's going to work. Not really sure how that's going to work.
Is he going to send 11 people to the line 1 minute into the game?
I'm not sure. We'll wait and see on that one. Studley chips a left footer into the box that Agresta plays on a hop. That's one of those where if you're a goal scorer, if you're the team's leading scorer like Studley is, at this point in the game, a scoreless game, you almost just want to chip one on the goalkeeper just to keep.
You gotta make sure they're paying attention.
Just to keep the goalkeeper on his or her toes. Foul out near midfield called on Madriz, so that sets up a Brebeuf Jesuit free kick. So Maurice Shilton's Roncalli boys soccer team takes on Cathedral next Tuesday night. We'll have that game for you. Same location here on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com on the YouTube feed, Roncalli High School's YouTube feed, or on the IHSAA Champions Network. So pleased to be a part of that.
Are they really setting up a wall for
great
this?
Collection of schools. And the wall blocks it. There you go. You asked, and the wall delivered.
Well, usually when you have a free kick that's 40-plus yards out, even in professional soccer, they don't even send a wall out for that.
Well, the wall did its job. And Roncalli's regained possession. Newitt plays it ahead. Lehner's back in the game, trying to find a possession out. As the ball cleared out back toward midfield, takes a big hop on the turf. Newitt shoulders at the ball, but it's controlled by the Braves. That's number 12, Lauren Kennedy, who played it up the far side, but out of play. Throw in for the Royals. And knocked out of play. Another throw in for the Royals. Well, team's having trouble keeping sustained possession on the far side there. Now the ball played back. Royals try and hold it in to that end of the pitch. But it's won back nicely by Pearl. And then out of play, back to the Braves.
What's the hold up here?
A couple subs coming out, yep.
Yeah.
A couple subs coming out on and off for Brebeuf Jesuit. And another throw-in won by the Braves. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half, scoreless first half. throw ahead, and Newitt tries to hold it in, and it's another Brebeuf throw. So Brebeuf just kind of keeps moving its way down the side.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Throw in here taken by Sheemish, Ella Sheemish, the sophomore. Loads this one up into the box, takes a hop on the turf. Roncalli trying to clear it out. Brebeuf trying to turn and shoot, and it's Roncalli winning the clearance. Lehner with a nice head to hold it up. Got away with a little bit of a push, did Lehner?
A little bit.
And the ball held in. Now Shield, the captain, with it. Shouldered off the ball, but it rolls right to Fischel. Nice move to get clear. Now Fischel's got a little bit of space. Plays it up the far side to Madriz. One touch ahead to Lehner, but too far, and Blackman's off her line to come out and get it. No harm done from a Braves perspective. 5:15 left in the half. A scoreless game. Ball played way ahead, a lot of blue shirts giving chase. Agresta comes way off her line, and now she's won back by Brebeuf, and the ball was almost chipped, but Shield with a great block to keep that shot from getting more than 5 feet off the foot of number 15, Sheemish. Boy, Agresta was in the jackpot that time. She came off her line.
Shield just saved Emma Agresta about 15 minutes of an earful at halftime.
That's what you expect from your all-state defender, Abby Shield. Sub waiting to come in for Roncalli. And that's Matt Kruer coming on for Catherine Madriz. Line of storm still moving, but I think we might be able to get this one in. The line is not moving very quickly. And the progression out to 8:45, 8:50, which is about the time this game will end.
As long as we keep things moving along.
Shows that I think we're going to be okay. Knocked out of play. It's a Roncalli throw. Inside 4 minutes to go, first half. Ball won back by the Braves. Midfield, Saran has it for Roncalli. Looks over, sees what she has. Tried to thread it through, knocked back. The defender fell down. Saran still has it. Left foot, cleared out of play. It's a Roncalli throw. Taken by the sophomore, Aaron Riley. Saran plays it up the far side. Jordan tries to get it. Instead, it's Brebeuf, but it can't be held in by Hamilton, who's got that captain's armband on currently. Saran trying to win it back for Roncalli. Royals trying to hold it in. Riley with a nice job to jab it loose. And a play on is called as Jordan collided.
And you know what? I was just about to say this, but this kind of coincides with my point. As we're inching closer to halftime with anyone yet to score, it's getting noticeably chippier out there. When it comes to a lot of 50-50 balls in the air, you're seeing a lot more elbows rise than they were in the first 15 minutes.
Well, and correspondingly, that's right in line with Roncalli playing much more aggressively. Counter to your point from earlier. Lehner is pulled down and a foul called on Lehner.
I'm happy to see that the Royals are finally matching.
That's Waugh, beg your pardon, on the foul.
I'm glad to see that the Royals are finally matching the aggression that the Braves started the game with.
2 minutes left in the first half. Scoreless first half. Up the far side, that's Izzy Jessup who's into the game, number 25. And
is it a throw or a corner?
I'm not sure. I think it looks like a throw. Yeah, it went out of play just before the corner flag in that far corner. It's the southwest corner here of the stadium.
The ref is saying that's a corner.
That is a corner. Okay. So they take the quick corner. That was Hamilton, number 25, who took the quick corner. And now Brebeuf trying to set up. chipped in, but it's well short of the frame and rolls harmlessly out of play. That was the second corner of the night for Brebeuf. Roncalli is yet to have a corner. And we have just a little over a minute left in this first half. Scoreless matchup between Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit. Agresta taking the goal kick. And Waugh skids it out of play. Throw in for the Braves. Taken by Sheemish. Headed out toward the top of the box, and it's put wide of the frame. Agresta escorts it to the far post and watches it roll out of play. That was Lauren Kennedy, number 12, who put that on the just wide of the left post, or the right post, excuse me. 25 seconds left. Scoreless first half. Agresta clears this one out to Lehner. Shouldered it down to Fischel. Summer drops it back to Newitt. Ball headed out of play.
I think they're just going to let that go.
Final 10 seconds, and that'll about do it for this first half of play. A defensive battle, scoreless first half here at Roncalli, as the Royals and the Brebeuf Jesuit Braves are scoreless here in Circle City Conference action. We head to the break. Beck Service Center halftime show is next. We'll step out for 2 minutes and come right back with it after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
And we're back at Roncalli Stadium. It's a great shot from our camera crew of Aiden Griffiths and Lucas Mathias as we are at halftime at Roncalli Stadium, Bob Tully Field on the south side of Indianapolis. Happy you're with us on a Tuesday night. Girls soccer action for you. We're scoreless at the break. Brebeuf Jesuit and Roncalli. Taking a look at a couple of the numbers. Not a lot to sort through. Both teams having just a couple of scoring chances. Goalkeepers, not a lot of action either way. 3 shots for Roncalli, 2 for Brebeuf. A couple saves for the Royals and for the Braves. Corners coming from Brebeuf. Roncalli's yet to have a corner. We don't have a possession stat, Sam, but I'd guess if you looked at the 40 minutes in its entirety, certainly it ebbed and flowed, but if you looked at the 40 minutes in its entirety, it's probably pretty even.
Yeah,
would be my
I would
sense.
say it's. I would say if it's not a straight 50-50, I would say it's no less than or no more than 3% either way. Both teams have been very. They've had about the same amount of possession of the ball, and they've had about the same number of good chances at breaking out and getting ahead in this game. But you know, I think both coaches right now, talking to their respective teams, are telling them to keep up the intensity.
Well, I would say Brebeuf had a majority of possession the first 10 minutes.
Yes.
The last 10 minutes was really Roncalli's possession
I would agree
advantage,
with
and the middle 20 minutes was probably a toss-up. You could
Yeah.
go either way with that. The first 10 minutes of this second half is going to be incredibly important to set the tone, especially if one of these two teams can get a goal
Yes.
in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Yes, breaking out and getting ahead early on would be crucial, but then you would be left with the task of parking the bus for the last however many minutes and hoping that the other team doesn't manage to get level.
So we're scoreless here at the break. Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit. Senior night for the Royals. 7 seniors being honored prior to the match. I have a feeling that one of these seniors might play heavily in the outcome of tonight's game. That's yet to come here in the second half. We'll step out for 2 minutes. Second 40 minutes just around the corner after this 2-minute pause on the Roncalli Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
And we're back at Roncalli Stadium. Rob Brown and Sam Brown with you. Second half of girls soccer action here on the south side of Indianapolis. Just a couple minutes away. Tonight's broadcast brought to us by Indy Teledata, a business partner aiming to maximize technology investments in businesses and organizations in central Indiana. They take the time to learn about your businesses so they can provide affordable and strategic solutions. To learn more, call Steve today at 317-231-5547. Tonight's game is also brought to us by our friends at Beck Service Center, sponsors of tonight's halftime show. Schedule your auto repair appointment today. It's time you put your vehicle on a maintenance service plan. Beck Service Center wants to keep Indianapolis drivers on the highway and on schedule for every appointment. Give them a call today at 317-793-3677. And another reminder that tonight's broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Roncalli Media Network for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express written consent of the Roncalli Media Network is prohibited. You like that one, don't you? we'll sick the attorneys on you if you redistribute this broadcast.
You know, whenever I hear that message in other professional sports, when I hear that in like watching an NFL game, for instance, I just envision Roger Goodell kicking down people's doors.
There's a great piece online. You have to dig to find it, but there's a great piece online about a gentleman who, in Seattle in the early 2000s, he was going to have a party, and it was a bunch of Mariners fans that were coming to his party, so he wanted to play in the background the famous Mariners Game 5 playoff win at the Kingdome over the Yankees.
Did he ask for the express written consent of
to
the Major League Baseball
and asked for the express written consent for him to show the game at his party?
Did he get it?
He did. He did.
Wonder how that has to be the first time anybody's at. Nobody does that.
It's pretty clever. Yeah, that story's out there somewhere. It's a good 10 years
That's
old.
That's pretty funny.
It's still humorous. So Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit. Speaking of broadcast, we mentioned it earlier. We'll repeat that, and we take a look at our crew tonight, doing a great job taking you through all the sights and sounds of tonight's action. Lucas Griffin, our director. Elliot Borders on the graphics. Aiden Griffiths and Lucas Mathias on the cameras. Justin Brown's our broadcast engineer. Stefan Welsh, our executive producer. And Aaron Hummel is our new executive producer of the Roncalli Media Network. Met Aaron on Friday. New director of alumni relations and corporate relations in the advancement department. Aaron, a Roncalli graduate from the mid-2000s. I don't remember the year exactly, so I'm not going to guess and get it wrong.
I think it was 2009. 2008 or
07
2009.
maybe? But Aaron and his family moving up here from Mississippi. Met Aaron at the football game on Friday. Glad to have him along as part of our network, overseeing our network operations going forward. We will have the football game for you on Friday nights, an audio-only affair on the road at Guerin Catholic up on the north side. 6:30 our pregame show, 7 o'clock the kick. You can listen to that game on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com or on CBS Sports 1430. Roncalli with the ball to start the second half. Moving left to right toward the west goal. Nora Jordan starts the second half. She's up the right side quickly. Looking to chip it in front, and it's kneed out of there by the defender.
It's a good idea.
There's a nice ball played in there intended for Matt Kruer, but Elise Barth, the freshman defender, number 23, needed out of play, triggering a Roncalli throw. Kruer posting up, trying to turn. Ball deflects to Jordan. She's got a little space, puts it out in front, and the ball is one-timed wide and high, out of play. Good idea.
Couldn't get over the top of it.
Yep. Good idea by Fischel. Just couldn't get over the top of it. That kind of play, though, Sam, with that kind of congestion in front, you don't have time to settle that.
No.
The only way you're going to give yourself any kind of chance is to try and one-time it.
Yeah, if you try and bring it down and collect it, you've already wasted the time you had.
Yep, the defenders are on you. Saran puts a ball on Jordan, and Saran tries to win it back, and it ricochets out of play. It's Roncalli throw deep in that end. Ainsley Newitt taking the throw on the near touch line. And Jordan tries to hold it in. Ball one back. Oh, Brebeuf Jesuit across the parking lot, giving Roncalli volleyball-wise all they can handle. 23-21, and Brebeuf trying to put away a three-game sweep. Oh, my. Roncalli's volleyball team ranked in the top 5 in the state in 4A. Brebeuf ranked number 2, I believe, in 3A. That's a tremendous matchup. And Roncalli, it should be noted, as a foul is called, this is the 6th year of the Circle City Conference. Roncalli has never lost the Circle City Conference.
Never lost.
Never lost, as LeVar Ball would say.
LeVar Ball, never lost.
And that puts Brebeuf in the driver's seat
Yeah.
if they win that match. Ball played out near midfield, and
a lot of contact
official,
there.
the recipient of much contact. It's played, knocked out of play. Last touched by Brebeuf. One back by Brebeuf and a trip as Madriz.
Yeah, no, she's going to get a card for that. She's either going to get a talking to. Yeah, no, that's.
She'll get a talking to.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Unless you do something so egregious that you waste the one.
Studley was tripped by Madriz. Now a free kick taken.
Setting up the wall again.
Two-person wall.
See if they can float it over the wall this time.
Chipped wide, and Agresta is out to it, beating Studley to the ball. I think the referee called a foul on Studley for putting a foot up, I think. Now he's back checking with Agresta to make sure she's okay.
The ball was still live, and she had a chance to get to it. That's kind of a bad call.
Held in at midfield, and possession lost by Brebeuf. So again, volleyball, and Brebeuf winning in 3 games across the parking lot over in the Vinny. That, I believe, is the first home loss for the Royals this season.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's gotten much more physical here in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Nice job by Waugh to win it back. Gives to Madriz. Madriz cuts back. Now she plays it out in front. It's kneed out, deflected. Held in, though, by the Roncalli defense. And then chipped back out near midfield. Riley attempts to hold it in. And Horton steps up to it and jabs it ahead to Jordan. Jordan attempts to hold it in and can't. And the throw back to Brebeuf.
And you know, in high intensity games like this, where you go into the second half, where anyone has yet to score, the longer the second half progresses, the chippier it gets.
Yes, and we've seen that here in the first 6 minutes. Horton heads it back, heads it again, and the head finally controlled by Roncalli. Kruer to Fischel, and a nice 1-2 by Kruer. Kruer's got a little room to run. She's got white shirts all around her. Stop and go, looking for some space, cuts it back, and the left foot shot can't get through all the traffic, and it's cleared out of there. On some heads-up defending by number 5, Olivia Mulhern, the junior. Roncalli throw-in. Horton with the long throw here. Certainly setting up that way. She can put it in the box, certainly from there. Roncalli's starting point guard on the basketball team. Line drive throw into the top of the box. And Horton watches it hop out of play. We'll try again. Quick throw before the Brebeuf defense can set up. Finds Jordan. Jordan steers it up in the air. Kruer tries to control. Poked free. Jordan's got it. Outnumbered white shirts 2-1, and Brebeuf comes away. Cleared up the side, but held in by Riley. Riley reverses the field. And a nice job by Mulhern to step up on that cross-field pass and win it back for the Braves. Madriz, though, takes it away, and Madriz wins a throw. Newitt comes up from the back line to take it. Madriz skies it toward the middle of the pitch. Waugh brings it down to control. Plays over to Riley. Riley gets free, too heavy the touch, but she's able to poke it forward to Fischel. Fischel knocked to the deck, shouldered off the ball by Sheemish. Roncalli wins it back. Saran plays it ahead to Kruger. She heads to the empty space. Can she beat the defender of the ball? She can. Holds up, waits for help. Now tries to reverse it, and the ball is played with not a lot on it, not a lot of pace, and the goalkeeper, Blackman, easily off her line to come get it.
Kruger seems to think that the ball ricocheted off the defender's forearm and wanted a handball there.
In the box, no less. Nice step over move by Studley. And she wins the throw in from Newitt.
And another interesting thing that we're going to see develop the longer the scorelessness goes on is as it gets chippier, the ref is going to have to decide what he's willing to let go and what he isn't willing to let go.
Yes. Shield controls, but a nice job by Terry to step up and play it out. Now the ball played ahead. Kruger in a foot race. 1 against 2, and Kruger gets there. Now what can she do with it? Puts it out front, but there's no blue shirts there. And Barth plays it away. Good defending by Barth. And Riley blasts it to the corner. And it's played in. I'm not sure why Brebeuf played that ball. Roncalli has it, and then the turf runs it out front.
I'm not sure what the thought process was there.
Still held in. Saran and Studley collide, and a foul called on Saran.
You know, once Kruger won the ball by beating both those defenders, I'm not sure why any Royals didn't make any supporting runs.
Somebody made that run. There was going to be some room to run, and that foul called on Studley out at midfield.
Yeah, if the Royals would have had even one person make a supporting run, they would have been all by themselves 6 yards from the box, 6 yards from the goal.
Free kick, played by Shield. Puts a ball airward near the top of the box, settled down by Waugh. She slides it through, and the goalkeeper, Blackman, off her line to beat Waugh to the ball. That was Jordan that played it in there initially. Well, we're 10 minutes plus into the second half. A game still scoreless. Ball played ahead and through. Agresta's there to come get it off her line. Certainly Roncalli has owned the bulk of the possession.
Yes.
To start this second half, and they have clearly been the more aggressive team.
Yes.
In this second half. You wonder when the chance is going to come.
Well, it would have been there if someone would have made a supporting run for Matt Kruger.
But as games, especially these kind of scoreless games, as they unfold, it doesn't always play out that the team that's the most aggressive is the team that gets the first goal.
No. Just because you're the most aggressive doesn't mean that you're going to come out on top.
Ball played ahead. Barth backpedaling. And now the AR has...
What are we doing? What?
Oh, did he see lightning?
Oh.
Well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what we've got. There is a line of storms. Well, there is a line of storms.
They're making their way off the field. I think he might have saw some lightning.
I guess my question is, how does he see lightning when the weather radar says the nearest lightning strike is 32 miles away? He must have some hawk-like vision.
And where is the storm approaching from?
The northwest, which would be out that direction.
How could he have spotted a lightning strike 32 miles away?
I'm not entirely sure, but the play has been brought to a halt. Play has been brought to a halt with about 27:59 remaining in a scoreless game, and they're going to clear out the stands.
Lightning has been spotted. The game is being suspended for at least 15 minutes.
The game is going to be suspended for at least 15 minutes. So let's go ahead.
Players, coaches, and game officials and trainers, please enter the school through the lobby of the Fine Arts Building.
Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. Let's make that a 3-minute break. Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute break, and we'll sort out where things go from here. We're currently in a weather delay.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital.
27:59 remaining in the second half.
We are a hospital designed for
weather
kids.
delay of a scoreless
and then the
game.
halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across
Going to
the
be
middle.
delayed at least
Try to get a
15
linebacker
minutes.
isolated on. I like this
And
beat.
we'll see how things unfold. Let's take a 3-minute break.
Reach more bass.
And then we'll come back
A little more bass.
with more
Here.
after this
These are nice.
on the
Wish they had them
Roncalli
at the
Media
adult
Network.
hospital next door. They haven't make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
And we're back at Roncalli Stadium. And we have a weather postponement. The assistant referee saw lightning off to the northwest as the storm is approaching. It looks on the radar that the storm is still 35, 40 miles away, but the assistant referee saw lightning. That's all we needed to bring things to a halt. The decision was made amongst the refereeing trio about 5 minutes after the decision was made to go into a weather delay. Much more the aggressive team and really owned a bulk of the possession through the first 13 minutes and looked like they were kind of on the cusp of building a scoring opportunity or two.
Yeah, I wish through the first 15 minutes it was shaping up to be a fantastic second half, but unfortunately we'll have to cut it short for tonight, and hopefully they'll be able to get it in at some point in the future because I would love to see a final result for these two teams.
Well, Roncalli will next be in action next Tuesday night up at Heritage Christian. That's a road conference game, the final conference game for the Royals, assuming this game is not made up. Meanwhile, Brebeuf Jesuit, they will. This is their final conference game, and they will be in action at home on Saturday. Marion County Tournament beginning here in 2 weeks. One final reminder before we say goodnight, our next broadcast will be a football broadcast here on the Roncalli Media Network. It's an audio-only affair on Friday night. The Royals ranked number 1 in the state in Class 4A, 4-0, winners of 16 straight going back to last year. They will take on Guerin Catholic on the road. 6:30 the pregame show time, 7 o'clock the kick. Dan Bauer and Matt Donovan will be alongside for that one. And you can take that game in on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com or on CBS Sports 1430. Again, that's audio only. Our next video stream here on the Roncalli Media Network and the IHSA Champions Network is a week from tonight. Boys Soccer Senior Night taking on Cathedral. 7 o'clock start for that one. Sam Brown will be alongside. We hope you can join us then. Want to thank everyone for listening and watching tonight. Want to thank our fine crew as well. Lucas Griffin, our director. Aiden Griffiths and Lucas Mathias on the cameras. Elliot Borders handled our graphics. Our broadcast engineer, Justin Brown. Our on-site producer, Stefan Welsh. And the executive producer of the Roncalli Media Network, Mr. Aaron Hummel. For my partner, Sam Brown, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our weather postponed, somewhat final score tonight. Roncalli and Brebeuf Jesuit girls soccer, a 0-0 draw to be finished at a later date. So until we talk to you next time, on behalf of our entire Roncalli Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying, so long, everybody.